Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have a 4v4 Black Forest game, and this Black Forest game isn't gonna be a usual Black Forest game where we attack on each side and nothing happens and we overwhelm each other. It's nothing like that. It's gonna be quite active. You're gonna see players coming on either side. You're gonna see players using all these different paths and openings to their advantages. So we'll get to see a great game today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's introduce all the players here. I am playing this game as Mongols. We have the Viper Jordan, as Byzantines. We have Shadowfax as Aztecs, and Venom 21 as Chinese. So the regular three players are here, so we'll get to see more of them. We're gonna see some early walling by Venom here, and it does look like this is quite an ambitious wall by Venom. It is right next to their TC, so as soon as Gadir realizes that he's getting walled, he's gonna send more villagers, I presume. And he's going to be sending two more. And I believe Venom is trying to fast wall here, but I think nope, he's not. He just managed to fail the fast walling there. But no, on the opponent's side, we have Gadir playing as Franks, and unfortunately, this scout and the two villagers will end up killing this builder here. So, and not to mention there were two wolves here that managed to strike down the villager from Venom. But from Venom's point of view, he really should have gotten at least 3-4 villagers to wall up if he was going to do something this ambitious. It's always a good idea to if you're going to go if you're going to wall up, either wall up safely with like 2 villagers and a scout, or go ham and go straight in with 4 or 5 villagers and do the greatest wall you can. But if you're going to be sending a mediocre sized amount of villagers, then you're really asking for trouble once you do end up trying to do a great wall like here, which failed. There's also some action going on here, but oh no, this is a scout guarding up. But yeah, all the other sides are pretty much decent. There's nothing really going on. You see, most of the action seems to be concentrated here. There is, however, another path that needs to be blocked off. There are 3 more wolves, so whoever comes here to wall up, it will be a treacherous thing for them, and we'll get to see who takes this relic, as this relic is going to be of quite importance to whoever takes it. There's a fishery, there's a pond here, so I will be taking this pond very soon, as I do see that there are forage bushes. Yep, I do start building my dock, and the reason for it is because I want, not only can I take this dock, I will be sending the villager to wall up here as well. It seems that Blue has his eye on this region here. I don't think he has realized the wolves yet. Perhaps he sees that one. Oh, we see Venom going in for a walling, and in reality I think Venom, having chosen this safe option, was indeed his best option, as there would have been not only an enemy scout, but there would have also been a wolf here. And let's slow down the game and look what we have here. We have 5 villagers from Mighty Mike trying to forcefully break through this palisade wall, and it was a good thing that I managed to notice this and paid attention, as if I had not, then I can only assume that we would have been walled up in this section here, and there would have been nothing stopping them from getting at my ships and all these extra resources. I think his target was this section here. All of this boar is gonna be very beneficial, and considering I am Mongols, oh my god, we are seeing even more villages. There's a total of 12 villages, 5 initially, and now he added another 7 villagers. He really wants to break through that wall, so we are gonna see something rather crazy happen here. So as to the plan he's thinking, I'm not sure what it is, but it seems like he's gonna go for a watchtower. He really wants to break through, so I will be forced to back off, and wall up here. I too will be going to feudal age very soon, so I will end up stonewalling, and all this tower here was a waste, as even though it did manage to force me back, really I still could have walled here and here. It wasn't really a big problem. So at this point I do manage to utilize the fact that there are boars here, since I am Mongols, and the fact that I have a pond of 5 fish, so that was very helpful for me. If we look at the other players, we seem to see there is a gold mine here, but I don't think we'll be getting there anytime soon. I don't think we'll be seeing this gold mine for the rest of the game. But we're also seeing a lumber camp here from Red, which is quite interesting. Perhaps he realized that he can't get through, and he's gonna end up cutting here. Good idea, as since he is Celts, he's going to be cutting faster, so he will end up eventually cutting through here. But seeing as though I see this opportunity, I do want to give him some of his own medicine, and I do make a watchtower. So I'm going to force him out of this area, and also force him to have a lot of idle time and a 100 wasted lumber camp here. So yes, I do have idle time myself, but not as much as Red. Red's eco still seems to be doing well, as even though he's behind, his score is quite higher than Green in fact, and Venom. Venom, unfortunately, like every game, he managed to have a bad start, and he will be slowly trying to come back and recover from it. It seems like a lot of players, I have realized this myself, and sometimes I make this mistake, but a lot of players seem to have problems playing with Chinese, as their initial start really messes, as every other save starts with the usual 2 houses and villagers, and then you go straight to sheep and you create your villagers. But with the Chinese, it's so different. The start is different, and it really puzzles some people, and sometimes you usually see Chinese players in the early game really suffer because of it. Those who are not experienced suffer from it, and they do delay their time compared to any other save by 1 or 2 minutes, which might not sound a lot, but when it comes to the 30th minute and you are 2 minutes behind and you don't have that extra production to build your units, it could very well mean you've lost the game. As of now, we are all booming, and what is to note is the highest player with the highest score is Vikings. Not surprising, the economy is great, the boom is powerful, and if we look at the Viking player, he has a lot of villagers. He probably has the largest number of villagers. Along with his powerhouse eco, he is going to be a formidable player this game. One thing is, to really utilize this, he needs to attack early. It's the Vikings' only weakness. If they don't attack early, and the longer the game goes, he will end up losing. We see the opponent on this side is a Byzantine player. So if he does not finish, the Viking player does not finish early, or the Byzantine player manages to make a lot of cap rats, then the Viking player is going to be in a large heap of trouble. Pardon me. We're seeing the boar hunting from here as well. Nothing really major is happening now, but I can guarantee you that once the game starts to get rolling and people start making the economy, we're gonna see a lot of action. What is to note here, there is a castle being built, a fort castle by Mando. So are we gonna see a early longbowman rush, perhaps. It would be nice to see an early longbowman rush, but what we're gonna see is that this section here is gonna offer so many different opportunities. As if you look at it here, there's one passage here up to the north, and there's another passage down here, and there's another passage down here. So all of these passages and the wallings will be something to watch out for. It's a shame that not only did Venom not wall up a lot more, but this wall is going to be broken, so there is going to be the issue that he has to worry about, that there could be units coming for him. We're seeing another town center built. We're seeing people pinging. Shadowfax just pinging his ally that he is idle. He's got idols himself, so perhaps he should pay attention to his own villagers, maybe. Perhaps. Yep, still idle. It's a common mistake. He probably clicked the ground next to it and not the tree. So not only has he blocked 3 idle villagers, blocking 1, but he managed to. Yep, that's not really good. He should really be pressing the idle villager button. But on this side we're seeing rams, and we're most likely gonna see siege rams very soon as well from the Vikings, and we're gonna see Arbalos. Not surprising, very standard combination. But what we should be seeing is siege rams and even more rams, because what it looks like the Byzantine player is gonna start making the Great Wall of China, and he needs to break through, and he needs more rams. It's as simple as that. He needs more rams to break through, and he can't really do it with just a couple of rams. And here we start to see Shadowfax coming in with some archery ranges. He's probably most likely going to go skirmishes, perhaps, against the British player. We're seeing a wall. Actually, this walling like this is actually a good choice, as the person they're up against is green, and green is Franks. If they already know that there is an opening in the wall, all they have to do is send their large paladin force in and completely wipe all his economy, and there's nothing stopping them from doing so. So having a wall as a backup is a really good choice, as it stops the paladins from just like rushing through into their base. Perhaps we're gonna see it completed very soon, and it should be completed very soon. Yep, it will be. He's just running out of gold. I finally send out a battering ram here to try and deal with this watchtower, and I'm gonna make my push very soon. I do go with cavalry archers, and as to why I didn't make Mangudai is simply because I do not have enough stone production to build as many castles as I want, and I'm lacking in the stone production facility. Again, Viking player made a big mistake indeed. He should have gone a lot. He should have perhaps made some traps to deal with these onagers, perhaps made some onagers himself, but the reality is 2 rams trying to break through the Great Wall of China. I'm sorry, nothing's gonna happen. Even probably the Mongols have more power than the Vikings in that respect. I have my large cavalry archer force nearly fully upgraded. I send my ram in, and I'm gonna start taking out this watchtower before I move in. Of course, I'm oblivious to all these mangonels coming in, so we're gonna see a nice engagement here happening between the 2 players. And it seems like my battering ram is going to die. The scout cavalry comes, and I see the approaching mangonel, and I do not wish for it to kill me, so I do back off. And from this point on, I do have a pretty good idea as to what my opponent is making. Shadowfax is going Arbalos, a strange option actually, since the enemy can make Arbalos as well, and they will also be of greater range. Perhaps the best option would have been Eagle Warriors to try and deal with the British Longbowmen, and the Chinese player perhaps making Chikunoos and combined with Halberdiers and Pikemen from both players would have been the better option. On this side, still stagnated. There's nothing happening. We are seeing it's 37 minutes, and this Viking player only has 1 siege ram. There's probably more, but on honesty, see how effective this defense is. The Great Wall of China has been built, and 2 onagers just standing there has managed to prevent the powerhouse of their team, Yellow, to try and push through. On this side, I'm pushing through, and I do not see that there are onagers, so the onagers are going to engage again. But on this side, we're seeing a treb warfare. We're seeing 4 trebs from the British player. We're seeing 2 from Shadowfax, and it seems like Shadowfax is going to move his trebs to try and take out this castle here, which is a good choice. He's most likely going to lose his forward castle here. And at this point, I realized that Yellow, actually, I missed this completely, but Yellow has managed to send his units up down the middle, so perhaps he wants to try and push through the middle, I guess, but not looking great. He's in castle age, so he's going to take a bit of fire. There are a lot of longbowmen and a lot of arbalasts. If I were, nothing still happening here, most of the action is there. As I was saying with the arbalast, these longbowmen need to come here. They need to be at the forefront doing damage, and this is stupidity. This is stupidity from both players. One, Shadowfax going right into the castle, getting shot down, all that gold wasted, and elite longbowmen not being utilized. I'm sorry, but you need to utilize the units a lot more, especially if you have the range. Get them right there. If any units do come into the range of attacking your longbowmen, your castle can deal with them. Sometimes people need to utilize their units more and try and deal with it. We're finally seeing skirmishers from Aztecs. He knows that the player is going full longbowman. He should have realized earlier, but perhaps he was thinking otherwise. We're seeing elite skirmishers coming in as well, so they're going to be a threat for me, so I do back off. But I do have onagers of my own. Both players have not researched siege engineers, so both of them will not be able to get the bonus of that one attack. Nothing great is happening here. The castle is going to go down here. More trebs coming in, and really now there is just an engagement of just these skirmishers here that are attacking the onagers will die out, but it seems like there's a stalemate here. One onager for a couple of onagers. And yep, I nearly managed to get that onager. And there are onagers from the Aztecs as well, and there are nearly fully upgraded arbalasts. And it looks to be that Shadowfax is trying to go through here. As for the Chinese player, he's lost his castles. He won't be able to do much now. He won't be able to spam out the 2 canoes that he wanted. On this side, elites. Oh, okay. It seems like I've completely missed an engagement, but what it appears to be is that it seems like the Byzantine player opened up this passage here, and he sent an army of cataphracts in here to try and deal with this army here. Of course, seeing as though he was under the heavy scorpions and arbalasts, a lot of units have died from both sides, but it seems like his push wasn't effective at all. We're finally seeing siege onagers. So now, this is where it starts to get crazy. This is where the game starts ending up. See this passage here, and see the top bit here. This is where most of the fight is centralized, and because of Mighty Mike and his cutting, things get a bit more hectic than usual, and you'll see what I mean. It offers for some great moments, but yeah, it honestly spices up the game, and I think doing this was a great idea from Mighty Mike. But I see that he has been cutting, and I try and take him out. I do take out 3 of his onagers for 2 of mine, so it was a fair exchange, a lot better than I hoped. And we're finally seeing a couple of paladins come in. We're seeing not elite pikemen, they're just normal pikemen, not upgraded. I position myself inside. Shadowfax is positioning his units are attacking, and really we're trying to hold this section. We've not only has Yellow realized this, but Grey has also realized that the fight is up here and he needs to push on this side. There are a large amount of paladins, large amounts of British longbowmen coming out, and we are under attack. One thing to know is that if you ever face a French player and a player who has a player who has paladins and a player who has elite longbowmen, you're pretty much, unless something horribly goes wrong or you get your teammates to help you, you're in trouble. And as you can see, all this is happening. The paladins is 4 players are fighting here, and yet we have not pushed yet. That is how powerful that combination of paladins and longbowmen are. Meanwhile, on this side, the walls have been forcefully broken by the Viper, or the Byzantine player, and there seems to be a small squadron of berserkers trying to take out these trebuchets, and in reality he should have focused at least this trebuchet down. It's a shame that all 3 trebuchets do survive. Oh, I spoke too early. One does die, but this cost is going to go down. No other option about it. So what I do now is I do not see this coming. But the moment I do, I shift all my onagers to try and deal with this. My castle is going to go down, but I do see that he has been cutting. He's not going to come through the middle. And the thing about siege onager warfare is that you need to see the siege onagers first. It's all about awareness of where your siege onagers are and who they're fighting. And if you can micro your siege onagers, then you could potentially destroy the enemy and win the game. So you'll see what I mean later on as to what I did and my awareness, how that helped, and how combat awareness and map awareness of every unit is going to help you a lot. We're seeing Cavaliers here, but one thing, we're seeing Cavaliers, they opened the path up, but it seems like he's protecting this northern end, not fully upgraded. But now, not only has Red's force been declined on this side, we have Shadowfax, we have my army and my onagers, we have Shadowfax's trebs, we have an army of Cavaliers holding out the paladins as long as possible. This is not looking good for them. They're being forced to spam out pikemen, which are not even fully upgraded, like cavalry. So this isn't looking good for them. But however, on this side, we're finally seeing the Byzantine player make a push, and I'm gonna slow this down because I do wanna see what happens here. The trebs have moved too forward, as they're just gonna get shot down by the archers and the oblasts. This is a solid defense. You need a lot of onagers to try and deal with this defense here. The castle is down. There's nothing stopping us from attacking this side. The Cavalier army is going to progress forward. I do hope that he does fix up this wall here, as that's going to be that's a dangerous thing if a group of paladins do manage to go in. And it seems that we're gonna see an engagement between paladins and cavaliers, and this is good. This is good for us, but not good for the French player, because he made a mistake. He made a mistake of not going straight for the heavy cavalry archers and focusing down the cavaliers. The Byzantine player's army has backed off. He has realized the defense is too strong for him. And what I do here, and what Venom has done beautifully, is he's blocking the paladins from coming. And there's not many paladins that are coming to attack me. And he's basically body blocking with his cavaliers the paladins, so they can't come at me, and I'm just hammering down these paladins. What a great combination, and simply because we have the larger numbers, we're able to do this. I'm pushing my siege onagers to try and destroy all this. We have Shadowfax's Oblast, and this is looking good for our team. Meanwhile, on this side, still stagnated. Still, the yellow player has not done much. We're seeing some of his villagers arrive, so he's probably looking to, he's probably going to be building an Arbalast army on this side. He has realized that the danger they're facing right now, they need to do something about it. Still body blocking the paladins. Really, Green should have focused down his paladins and came straight for the archers. He would have been in a better position. We're seeing another detachment of Caprats, and this is good. These 2 times in the game when Grey sent his Caprats, we had the advantage and we managed to push, because 4 players versus 2 is a situation that completely overwhelmed the other players, and we're gonna see that happening now. These Caprats are just gonna demolish anything and everything that comes out, and nothing can be stopped. But what we see here is that there's going to be trebs attacking, and it looks like the paladin force is going to be going around the top hand side. Remember how I said there's different paths that one can take in this map? We've taken this path down here, there's another path down here, and there's another path up there. So some of us were oblivious to it, but Venom wasn't. Venom was paying attention, but of course we didn't help him, and we'll be seeing the consequences of that later. But we're finally seeing a push on this side, and we're going to see some beautiful Onaga shots very soon. This side is pretty much a steamroll. We're going through, and with our combined armies we are making mincemeat. Meanwhile, I've walled up on this section here, and there is an army of siege Onagas approaching. We'll watch them closely later. But on this side, all the catplats that were there, all the siege Onagas that were there, look at the bloody mess. Look at that. Look how many Arbalasts have died from a single shot from the Onagas. And we've finally managed to push, and we're seeing no resistance from blue. And what I do here is, as I realize, the one thing you cannot do is the players should have done is protected this region a lot more fiercely than they should have. And here Venom is pigging that look, the paladins have gone through and we're in danger of our own trade. But at the same time, I've positioned my units in a way that all their trade will be coming, and I will just demolish them. We're finally seeing Aztec Eagle Warriors from Shadowfax. Shadowfax has blocked off this region, so that is one of the way that is a very good choice, because that means that not only can Greed not come behind us and fuck us from behind, but he will only be able to go these two options, and he decided to go up there and try and do some harassment damage. Perhaps a better choice would have been to help out this midsection, because his trade is dying. I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to hold his stuff, and we're seeing some action over here as well. Unfortunately, no siege support, not enough support by siege. He's backing off for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on here. He should really stand his ground and try and take out these castles and push or something. But these paladins are going to be focusing on the top hand side. Remember, the siege Onaga army increases and it's approaching. We've managed to stop green from coming behind us and engage us on this direction. But who's to say that red wasn't planning a malicious cut through? And actually, what a unique choice. What a unique choice. I don't think it would have helped him, but he's making champions against cavalry archers, and I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but we're finally seeing the red army. No siege engineers, no chemistry, what a shame. But we're finally seeing that, and this castle will not be completed, I think. Will it be? Yep, the castle will be completed. So that's his entire army. That's Red's army right there. Elite Eagle Warriors are coming down the top. Shadowfax has realized that he has to help and stop the invading armies. Meanwhile, here I am demolishing more of their trade. More units up here. Catprats are wrecking. And here, this is what I mean by map control. At this point, if I had not realized that there was a massive army of red Onagas coming to kill me, this advantage of me staying and killing their trade would have been lost a while ago. So I've exchanged one Onaga, a couple 5-6 heavy cavalry archers, and one Onaga. So I've exchanged 2 Onagas and the lives of probably 10 cavalry archers to kill an entire invasion force that could have wiped out our resistance here. I call that a very good exchange. Paladins, you can see so many blinks on our side as paladins are here, and they're just like rolling. But paladins will soon be stopped because there are Elite Eagle Warriors coming out from Shadowfax, which you are going to be going there. Still, these two players have still not done much to stop the massacre of their trade carts, and it's really not going well for them. really not going well for them. More cat rats coming in, and the cat rats do help save my cavalry archers. On this side, we're seeing an engagement. We're finally seeing the much needed mass siege rams that I was talking about the whole game, and they've come too late. They've come to the point where even this army here will not be able to. This army is simply too strong. And the Byzantine player, the Viking player, will be in a bad situation. I realized that there is a force here, and there is a trebuchet that has destroyed my castle, so I do send units up there to try and deal with it. My army here has been destroyed. There are remnants of our units over here that are causing damage, but we're seeing still so many paladins in our base, and Venom just trying to do a good job trying to clear them up. I get the monks, I get the relics, and I decide that it's finally time to take care of Red, my nemesis. So he ends up killing a lot of my units, but I start making the much needed hussars. So we're gonna finally see all these units not have died in vain. Shadowfax is, I'm not sure what Shadowfax is making actually. Yep, he's making Eagle Warrior, so it looks like he's gonna try and take out green directly. And there's still a resistance here. There's still a resistance force. And on this side, both players are down to only producing trash. I'm not surprised because their gold is gone, everything's gone. And as soon as the elite cat rats start coming in and fighting this side, it's over for Viking player. But on this side, it doesn't look like, I don't see any ward raiders coming out from the Celt player. He has garrisoned most of his villagers. He's going to try and use his castles to try and defend. But I do start bringing out my siege onagers on this side as well. And Shadowfax, he's realized that he's going to get revenge, and he's going to start attacking green with Eagle Warriors. Green also is in a bad position. Half his economy has been destroyed thanks to Grey and his cat rats. There's still more blinking, still more. I'm loving how these pikemen are all over the place from Venom, trying to deal with all the paladins, taking out the trade. But it is GG. These players are going to resign, and it's frankly not surprising. After you lost all your trade that you accumulated the whole game, you cannot form the paladins, you cannot form the units that you need, and it's pretty much over. I mean, look at this army. How is he supposed to defend against an army of elite Eagle Warriors? How is Red supposed to, without any trade, supposed to defeat this Mongolian army, which is at its full might? Cavalry archers, hussars, siege onagers, siege rams. It's really not going well. And on this side, these guys are being pushed. I've got my own siege onagers helping out, and really there's nothing they can do. Look how much damage these units are soaking up. Crazy. All players have resigned. Yellow is yet to resign, and finally he has also resigned. What a great game this was. So many different paths, so many different options. It really, these are the sorts of games that are really enjoyable to play, and I had to really slow down this game and try and focus on so many different sides. So many times you've seen as well that I wasn't able to handle, where there was a fight here, there's a fight there, there's a fight up here, and a lot of the times I wasn't able to take notice of it and show you guys. But I do hope that you have seen all the different slide tactics, all this cutting, all these wallings, and all the different approaches. This has been Time Wilder. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.